Alright, hey everybody. So today we're gonna kind of work on my Trello to Twitch bridge that I've been working on for a little while. Made some breakthroughs with the Twitch API, which, like I mentioned before, we're trying to drive it with Puppeteer. Ran into some difficulties, especially compared to the what it was like doing using Puppeteer to automate posts to Facebook, which I just wrote a script. It was like 30 lines. I mean, it took a little bit to inspect their DOM, but I think it's fairly reliable given the types of labels that we're using. But yeah, like 30 lines, and I was able to automatically, post to Facebook, since they recently turned off their API for automated posts, and so this is the only way to do automated posts to Facebook. Thought I was going to do something similar to that for Twitch, but it was too difficult. Then we stumbled upon the GraphQL endpoint, and then Josh, one of the viewers, was nice enough to put some time into a prototype, getting their endpoint to work. It's not documented. They have a schema. You kind of have to like poke around. I'm not as familiar with GraphQL conceptually, but their languages and their data structures and stuff. But he got this working. I was able to replicate it in this test down here. And the only thing, I was also able to figure out how to create new events and delete events. The only thing is it requires a client ID and authorization, and if you get a developer client ID and token, OAuth token, it doesn't work with GraphQL. It gives you an error saying only a first party client ID is valid. So we can use Puppeteer for that, and Puppeteer in particular over something like I don't know, any of those other ones that let you drive browsers. I'm forgetting all of their names. What was the big one? Selenium, but then there's also the Safari, maybe WebDriver, I don't know, but there's kind of a lot of stuff in that space, and I really like Puppeteer because it's just wrapping the Google, so it's Google specific, but it's wrapping the Chrome DevTools API, which basically gives you access to everything you have in here, including all the network requests. So for example, we can go in and inspect the requests that it makes and find their client ID and OAuth token that they would use when you're on their site. So so that's cool. And now I guess the idea is I need to integrate it. Let's see. I didn't really get into it at all. I think I just made sure that I could get the data. Oh, this was it. Yeah, so I modified this to grab any of the requests made to that endpoint and then spit out the headers. So that should be enough to get our authentication. So I was thinking of wrapping this up as a little command line tool. Kind of similar to this Facebook post thing, where you can say log in, and then you just log in manually, and then it saves your cookie, and then otherwise it'll give you whatever authentication data. We can just spit that out over standard out, and then we can, in theory, we could actually do this all in Go, which might be nice. We just need to get a Go GraphQL client. This might be the server. Third-party libraries. Yeah, wouldn't they have, maybe there's a client in this? No. All right. Machine box seems reasonable, I guess. Client, new request, query. String is nice. All right. So that's probably good. HTTP client. Cool, so you can set up all the headers and stuff. GraphQL var. Ooh, response struct. Okay, so let's start with the this. So we'll do Twitch API. Let's see, I want to kind of move all of this into auth folder. Sure. Modify this, make it work a little bit more like this. Oh, how does that work? Do we need a channel ID? I don't think we need that. Let's get our page. Wait, browser pages on request. So we go to this page. So if we go to dashboard, unauthenticated, it should have us log in, right? Okay. Do I need to specify? Do you think this works? Okay, cool. So I could just go to dashboard so I don't hard code it. Let's see. Let's do this in here, and let's find something that we can ensure is only on the logged in page. Let's see, dashboard. Something they won't change. Maybe this. Top nav user menu. So if I log out, hopefully this doesn't kill my stream or something. It shouldn't. I go to cool. So I should be able to do this query. Otherwise, pages, page on. I'll just go to the dashboard. That should be enough. Let's test that. See, this is the reason why I would do it manually, because all of these steps. You'd think that'd be hidden. All right, I see GQL in here, so all kinds of stuff loading in here, though. Let's see. It doesn't stop. Oh, GQL, GQL, GQL. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Cool. So we just grab the first one. Let's see. I'm pretty sure this is just a dictionary. Oh, I guess we can make sure that it's not empty, I guess. I don't understand why we have to use these underscores, but and then at that point we can actually just exit. Is there a process exit too? Alright. That's all reference. We don't need any of this stuff. Not doing this anymore. Blech. Okay. Now we might want that. But I don't know why this. I'll call this. GQL auth. Let's see what we get. We might have to log in first. It might have it remembered, but did I? Didn't I? Oh, because I'm in a callback. Okay. Pages is not defined. Pages, pages, pages. Page. Probably is not seeing that request being made because it wants me to log in. I could detect that it wants me to log in, but I'm sure. Let's do this. Make sure. Yep. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, and then I get a token. So that was just now. I know 225 6. Oh, look at that. Well, we were close. We were just waiting for the page to whatever. If I do this again and it logs in, it should actually just close. But it's probably going to wait for the page to finish loading. I don't know. Top nav user menu. I see it. I don't know why it's not seeing it. It could be because of all the redirects. I'm not sure. I wonder if this is any better. Twitch TV dashboard live. Oh, I don't actually close the browser after. Let's see, go to. Hopefully this doesn't end. Might need to do something to give it a timeout, basically like this, but for a different reason. All right, log in. Oh, it's logged in. Okay, good. Okay, so then we do that. Interesting. We're running it headless, so it's not very debuggable. I mean, it's possible that not recording network activity. Let me just make sure. Also, we'll pull up what we're gonna pull up. The docs for Puppeteer. Let me put this. See, they have these fancy docs, but let's see. What do I have to do? Page, this is your request. So they should show up. Let's see. Okay, so they're showing up. And we're looking for one with a URL. I might not like this. Let's go back to this where we URL headers. Maybe because it's lowercase. Okay. I guess we know that if we're hitting this, we're going to get a client ID, so let's get these back. And what's the second log? I guess it could have hit it twice. Let's see. I mean, it's a... I don't understand. I guess we can just do... Because it's single-threaded. We did find it, so then... found equals true. Okay. This, though, let's see, I need some way to sort of like not show it, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna change it anyway, but I'd rather make sure I know how to. I don't know how to do range in JavaScript. Slice. Splice. Slice. And I don't know we'll do like the first 10 characters. We can do more than that. We can do 20. All right, so I mean, this is pretty much it. I think I want to output some JSON, so I'll do stringify. Let's see, is there a way to, how do you trim the beginning? JavaScript string trim. This is just white space though. I want to actually get rid of, I guess I can replace. Right? So we have a little authentication thing. We can get this client ID and a good token. And we'll start a new thing. We want to first get that JSON nonsense. Let's see. Get output. Twice bytes, all right. Oh boy. Hopefully this should work. JSON. Let's make sure it runs. Oh, that's interesting. I put it in that directory. Right. I guess we should get the current directory. Non-pointer. Oh, yeah. Something like that. Huh. What? Okay. Because I don't think I can do this. Maybe I can. And it won't complain. Okay, cool. Alright, so we have this. So let's start playing with this library. Guess we'll grab it. And use it. Client. Is there any way to specify headers at this point? What is it? Yeah. Or I guess that's at the request level, but I would think, does this inherit header? Okay, new request. Maybe we don't need custom client. What's your problem? I see. Client run. Oh, it's like, where did that semicolon come from? Is that joke and all? Thanks for following. Look, I'm really close to that follower goal. If anybody else is hanging out, not following me, and it'd be nice. What was weird? Oh, how is this? How is it freaking out? Let's see. I have no idea what this response is gonna be like. You could just do interface and see what it gives us. And then an example query. Oh, let's see, what would be... Oh, he did. Yeah, query current user ID email. Current user email. All right. Let's see if this does it. Let's see if it does something. Oh, we got an empty map. Double streaming, yes, with restream. Because some people like Twitch, some people like YouTube. Also, streaming to YouTube directly means I don't have to export from Twitch, which I had some crazy automation for, since Twitch doesn't have an API for it. Yeah. What were you watching before? I don't think you said hi before. Let's see. This is an old ID, I guess. Oh, I'm not setting up any of the headers. That's the problem. Well, thanks for saying hi on this side. Yeah, we'll do client ID. Did we do lowercase? Oops. Yep, it's okay. Authorization. All right. Oh, fuck that header data structure. You have to do it this way. Alright, now we should get something. Look at that. We just used the Twitch API. Oh, okay. Now what? You know, I think the one thing though was I could delete stuff, I could insert stuff, I could update stuff, but I did not figure out how to actually list them. Oh, I'm getting distracted. Let's see. Current user. And they have this weird kind of system. So now user wasn't in here. Event leaves connections. Like this kind of like weird, they don't just have like events on user, they have event collection, connection, and all this stuff. I forget how I was kind of exploring all that. I could always hit that other endpoint though. That's actually why I grabbed. Where'd it go? I deleted it. That was the endpoint that I could query for events. Oh no. They don't. This is undocumented. It's for internal use only, as far as I know. It's not even announced. It's just something some people found out. And if you have like a good kind of like GraphQL Explorer or something, and use you know, they expose their schema and you can poke around in there. I just don't have enough experience with GraphQL and stuff. Like I was poking around with it before and I saw the data and how it's structured, but yeah, it was kind of complicated. If I could just get a list, which, let's see, what was I? think this will actually do the trick. Let me basically just copy this channel ID. Do default check response. Oh hey, you missed it. We made a pretty cool tool that we can use to get a client ID and OAuth token that we can use with the GQL endpoint. And now that we don't have to use Puppeteer and we can just use GQL, I can kind of do this in Go now. But I did not. I was just saying, like, I was kind of going through their schema, and the way they organize events is really complicated. They have like these connection, they're almost like join tables for series, which they call event collections, and then those have like a join table for the events themselves, which they call event leaves. And so I don't want to figure out how to do that kind of query. Luckily, I have this other unofficial endpoint that does list all the events. So I can use that to list the events and then do any write operations with GQL. And I should be able to wrap this up in an interface, an API, so that later on, whenever they have an official API or whatever, we can just replace this. This is obviously not the full Twitch API, just for events for my Trello automation. Because ultimately, for anybody who's not been following along, I'm just trying to get these events, which are great, to have these here. People can do watch and see everything ahead of time. I had to go in and manually add them all, right? It's a real pain. So I wanted to be able to manage them in Trello and just kind of throw them in and tag them for what series and reorganize them if I want, and it'll go and just replace them all. So that's kind of an end result of this. We just have to get a little bit further here. Events response. We need events response. This uses my stuff, but that's fine. So now let's check to make sure that works real quick. Fetch events. And no events. Is that true? Future events. I guess it's possible that it's only doing future events. And I don't have any future events. Let's make a something for debugging, since I'm gonna need to do that anyway. We'll put it for Saturday. Do not launch this event, it is not real. Channel ID. Yeah. Cool. So this only gives us future events, which I guess that's good enough. We only look for future events, and I'm pretty sure we only care about events at in the future. So event ID, that's important. That's what we need to use with the rest of the other API. Is it maybe event ID? Yeah. Yeah, it's this might not be committed yet, but it's in my repo, workbench on GitHub. Let's see, response body, new decoder. Let's do this. Underscore ID. All right. There we go. All right, let's try and update this event, which is, I think, is exactly what this your example did, right? Or I modified it. Let me look at your original one. Wow. Let's see, how does this work? We've got an object, we pass it in as input. So this is the variable input. So I would do like something like this. Var input. Let's assume so. Why is its problem? Unexpected token I? Oh, because it's not JSON. Alright, we'll call this. I mean, I could basically use this start at. Yeah, it's a little different. I'll call this a GQ element. Which is maybe a little confusing, but do you think if I don't specify, it won't change them? I'll do 0 values if I have them, unless they're pointers. So let's see, game ID, owner ID. Yeah. Okay, I need the actual GQL. Syntax. I don't understand these bangs. Are those explained anywhere? Variable definitions can be optional or required in the case since there isn't a bang next to it's optional. Okay. Alright, so let's set up another request. And okay, mutation input. Create review for episode, and then create review. Is this a nested? Sure, yeah. Okay, I think I get this. Input, I guess. Let's see, that's a variable. Let's see, how do these work? I'm naming this variable. So this is the type, this is the name. but in this case, this is the name and this is the value. Oh, mutation. Maybe we don't need this? I'm a little confused. Update single event input. That's a value input. but I will need the new. Should be able to do what's Ruby. It's been so long. Require Ruby. Okay. And then we run. I forget how to do proper Ruby string formatting. Oops. Let's see, did it update it? It did update it. And then, so we want to inspect this. Let's see, query, client query. If we could see what it is sending. With a string or with a block. Query. I wonder if I can say client query. No, this is a function. Oh. Maybe this is what I need to understand. Query. Mutations. But we need to pass data through, right? Do they have some kind of debug? Just want to see more examples. Variables input. Query variables input. Because this is the same interface. Input. This is an object that says author : Oh, what the hell? Create message. See, this is what's interesting. This is a mutation. We don't say anything. And here we're saying create message. Is this part of the schema or is this just some arbitrary thing? It doesn't look like it's something that was defined. Can there just be any string? They don't really explain. Is there like an actual description of this? Types, schemas, interfaces, yes, yes. So, joined by ID. Okay, wait, what? So this doesn't have a name. It doesn't explain what that is. Doesn't explain what that is. Do I need to read this for this, the meaning to emerge to me? Like, why is this not scannable to see what the hell's going on with these like names that come after query? Something something explicit. Like, I guess I get it. Like, is this all the docs? I don't quite understand. Okay, so this is probably gonna explain it. Aliases. Operation name. Where we omit query. I hate that. Here's an example that includes the keyword query as the operation type and operation name, hero name, and friends. So we want the operation name. It seems like it's optional, and that I could do, right? It looks like we're doing something like this: input like, I think this will be valid. Not all of this, but hold on. Input update single event. But I need to say request input. GQL event. Oh, you went and figured it out. Yeah, it looks like, oh, that's weird. It just came up with, wait, what? Operation name. So you can make them up, or is this an actual reference to something? It still might be optional too. So I'll try it without a name, and then I'll try it with a name, made up name. So GQL event. What are these strings? Okay, good. Game. Hopefully it does the right thing. Right. So Twitch says testing 2. Wait, what? Request, response. It ran the same. Wait, what? It didn't fail, but it didn't authenticate probably, and so it just used the same response as before. So let's just do this again. Ah, there we go. So I think that name is optional. Like, it's probably used for, like, you know, whatever. I got the impression it was optional. And if you do specify it, it could be whatever you want. Okay. Ooh. No, this is a, it's a light wrapper around a client, pretty sure. Like, I don't see all that what it does, but it's probably just a light wrapper around a HTTP client. Okay. So now we do read requests, we can do write requests, we're doing it in Go. We can fetch events with this other endpoint. I guess we just need to start implementing this. The hell's a Twitch event? Okay, so we'll do something kind of like that. Knock it off. When we will return, yeah, an event, I guess. Why not? See a client, GraphQL client. But this is request specific, so we'll have to set that every time. I'll do client ID. Query. I guess I could do that after. These are all read. Fetch events. Fetch events returns an event, which actually is what we want to return. Can you compare equal? Tell me how to use it. Nope. Okay. 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 We'll see if it's close enough. Yeah, it's probably when I got this shirt. I remember hanging out with you. But you left like pretty quickly after that, right? ID, whatever, sure. It shouldn't matter, but I probably will need that. Well, maybe I won't. I don't know. It'd be interesting if we could set this to somebody else's owner ID, but I guess they're probably doing the right thing. I'll see if I can just not specify it, and hopefully it'll default it. Try yours. All right, I'll try yours when we get this working. I guess we'll hard code this for now. And then what did I do? I guess I should try and get the values. Let's see, what does the mock do? It just references what was passed in. I can do that for now. What? Oh. Alright, delete. I won't come back to those. Alright, so now let's pretend we're using this as a library up here. Let's see, API. Let's see, client. Maybe I didn't want to delete all of it. What is it? Client ID. And what? Channel ID, which is this. So first, let's get future events. Or no, let's. I guess these are all going to return an error. API event by ID. For some reason, I don't think that was the ID. Maybe it was the ID. Well, let's try it. Okay. So then API put basically this. I can change it now. I can say description equals, this is a test of put oh. What? I see. Weird. I don't know why I did that. Okay. All right, so we listed it, had the changed values, and then we could try making a new one. Oh, we haven't done that yet. Okay, put works basically. Oh, we were gonna try setting it to you. Testing 3. All right, let's see if we can do that. Game ID. Well, owner ID, that's what it was. Ooh. Yeah. It didn't fail. I don't know enough about GraphQL to understand like the semantics of how it applies changes, but either I got that wrong or it just silently did it anyway and didn't make a difference. All right, let's do post. Yeah, they might just ignore it because they don't expect you to actually set that value. It's only a read-only value. But we don't know because there's no docs. I guess schema maybe it says that, but... Alright, so in my example, I came up with some things that work for create. I'm pretty sure it was just the same. I just changed it to create. Oh, it's I think it was create single. Let me check in this crazy file. Where'd it go? Yeah. Oops. No, not update. Create. Yes. Yes. Let's try and get date in there now. And at start at. But it's already updated, so I'll just ignore that. I'll get rid of this. Event by ID. I guess we can do like a before and after. What do I do? Post event. I just pass it back in. There's no ID here. It might need omit empty. We'll see if it works without that, and then I'll... Actually, we don't care about that. Hold on. A description. So I need to specify start time, end time, start at, end at. Do time now. Add 1 hour. I guess I can just do this. end time would be time now. Add 2 hours. All right, we're not getting an error. Oh, I'm also not checking for an error. Invalid request params provided. Right, so it probably needs permit empty. Invalid. Oh, maybe I don't specify channel ID. No, wait, post channel ID, API channel ID, title, description, start at, end at. I'm passing a GQL event based on data from the event. Oh, what was I? No, okay, yeah. Yeah. Let's see, this one worked. Maybe I need owner ID now. Because that's what I had when it worked. No error. Didn't show up. Could be a cache, so let's check. I don't see it. Is that my owner ID? Yeah. I wonder. Let's put these way out into the future. It worked when I provided this. It could be that the that how it's serializing time is not correct. Yeah, that's the wrong time encoding. I think users and channels are different, but I mean, it could be. Did I end up doing that? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, so you're saying that's not my user. So what is my user ID? That's right, that's right. Let's see what prints the user ID this does. That looks like my current user ID. Do you think they are like actually equal? I thought they were. Okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So how do I get oh God. Let's see, what format? What is the name of this format? ISO something. Oh, I guess just UTZ. Well, it's already, well. Yeah, it's not doing the time in UTC. Oh my God. No. UTC. Yes, I knew it. So now. All right. Let's see what it does. Oh, it created it. I mean, it didn't do what I thought it would do, but I guess it's a valid format for it because it's test event. Okay, so now we can make events, but there's this whole like, oh man, I thought we could avoid it, but the whole like events collection thing, if I'm gonna assign them to a series, which in the data schema is a collection, an event collection, I'll have to do that as well. But we've got the basics working. I'm about out of time, but we could try to do delete real quick and delete the event that we just made. Let's see. All I needed was event ID, which was different than. I could probably just do a map. Delete event input. Input. Oh. So our test event, here's that. And we can see the event here. And we should be able to let me get rid of that thing where I'm outputting. Delete event leaf. It's gone. It still showed up when I queried for future events, but maybe done. Ta-da! Oh, so we have a little bit more to do, but like broad strokes is there. We actually have this API, which means, I guess not today like I thought, but probably next time I will be able to just throw this into the Trello project and then it should work. I don't know. We'll see. So that's it.